Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. I'm your host, Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, one of Forbes' most influential career sites. This is a podcast for a community of women who want to turn their passions into work they love. You'll learn how to become happy, successful, and balanced with class, skill, and style. We believe that you can create your future. So stop delaying your great life. Go put yourself out there. You can have your great life and career right now. Hey everyone, welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. Happy New Year. It is 2023. I'm actually recording this in December of 2022, so it's not really Happy New Year yet for me, but I know when you're listening to this, it is going to be for you. So Happy New Year. I am so excited for 2023. And in today's podcast, we're going to go behind the scenes. We're going to talk all about 2022, what happened here in Classy Career Girl world, personal life, work life. And then we're going to talk about 2023. I'm going to share behind the scenes with you my annual plan, what I'm going to be focusing on, how I'm going to do mom life and business life, and kind of some fun, exciting things that we've got planned. So let's dive right in. This last week, I have been just all in on my 2023 plan. I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, what I've been working on. Basically, this week, I mapped out my entire year. So in 1 week, I mapped out all of 2023. I set my annual goals. Obviously, that's the first thing that you want to do. The other thing is I outlined every task that is needed to make my goals happen for 2023. This was quite the undertaking, but I feel so good knowing that I know all the tasks, because that's a big mistake, right? Is having these goals, but not outlining all of the actions that you need to take to actually reach those goals, because we have to feel confident that we're going to reach those goals. And I can fully say I'm extremely confident I'm going to reach my goals because I've outlined all of the tasks that need to make those goals happen. I also blocked out my coaching times and my training times in my calendar. So part of annual planning is looking in your calendar and blocking out the times that you need to work on those actions, and then also blocking out the time that you're going to be doing your work. For me, it's a lot of coaching, a lot of teaching, and so I got to block those times out in my calendar. I also planned out my fulfillment. So my membership events inside of our class membership, those are going to be so good. This is the most planned out I've ever been for my membership. That's because we've been really working hard on this, on our membership project over the last year. We've built out levels. We've built out these year paths that our members go through. So that is all completed. So that feels really, really good. I also planned out my launches for my career coach certification program. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. I planned out my content strategy and my social media strategy. We have a future episode coming up all about my 2023 social media strategy and content strategy. So I'm excited for that. And I also delegated tasks to my amazing team so I can focus on my zone of genius. This last week, I mapped out my vacation time. I planned a few trips. Highly recommend doing that. I also blocked out 2 days a week with 0 calls and 0 meetings so I can create content or take a nap, whatever I need in that moment. And then next year I know is going to be incredible because I've created this time and I have a plan. I refuse to be overwhelmed, busy, and always hustling. I've had those years. I don't want that year. And I refuse to miss out on family time and creating fun adventures with my family. Work is not my life right now. I have a life outside of work. I have 3 kids. I got to pick them up from school and drop them off and go to gymnastics and get them food and snacks and meals and all the things, right? And so I really need to have a really great planning process and a really great year because I have a really busy personal life as well. So I want to teach you my planning process. This is a planning process that I have gone through for many, many years. I've taught to so many women. It works whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur, and it works if you have no idea where to start. So definitely go on our website, go to classycareergirl.com/free plan. Make sure you have our 90-day planner. That is the exact 90-day planner I use every quarter. I want to make something clear today. I did not have a whole day to plan. How nice would that be? My planning happened between cleaning and organizing and going for a walk with the baby and making food. It was 15 minutes here and there throughout last week. I got ideas while I was in the shower. I got ideas while I was out on a walk. I was listening to podcasts. I was reading books. I was writing my goals down. I was writing my plans down as the ideas came to me. I was pinning visuals of my goals and my dreams on my secret Pinterest board. And so if you think you need hours to plan, you don't. You just need to be inspired to create the best year of your life in small increments of time, and then just let yourself dream and think and visualize what you want in the future. That is a huge part of planning, is just letting yourself dream of your bucket list and the adventures you want to take and the places you want to go and the things that you want to have in your life. You don't need to be sitting at your computer to come up with a great plan for this year. So I wanted to make that clear. So let's talk about 2022, because I wanted to do kind of like a year in review, kind of a recap. It's been a kind of a crazy year. I haven't done that many brand new podcast episodes. So we have a lot of brand new podcast episodes coming in 2023. So I'm excited for you. But let me just catch you up a little bit. So if you don't know, I had a baby in December of 2021. So 2022 was like figuring out how to be a mom of 3 girls. So I had to set up a lot of new systems and processes. My husband and I kind of joked that the third baby kind of like, that was the one that almost broke us. Like we could kind of figure out life with 2 kids and our business, and we were doing okay. But the third one, it was like, oh gosh, we need to figure something out. So I had to hire a coach during pregnancy because I could not figure out how I was going to take a maternity leave and run this business with 3 kids. And there was a lot of mindset things that I had to work on throughout 2022. I was extremely thrilled when my daughter arrived and I could kind of put pregnancy behind me and kind of focus on maternity leave, coming back from maternity leave in 2022, and then launching a new product. So it's super exciting. In March of 2022, I launched my career coach certification program. I also launched it again in September of 2022. So 2 times. One was like a beta round, and the other time was a full-on public launch. And that was the first time where I really put together all of my processes and my systems for career coaching. And I got to start transferring all of the proven processes that I've used over the last 10 years and give it to other coaches. And it totally fueled me this year. It was so exciting to put this program together, to get this content in the hands of other career coaches so that they could launch and grow their businesses and see their wins coming in. So this year, I basically rebuilt my business from the ground up. I've been in business for over 10 years, and what I had before wasn't really working. And so I had to kind of change things up. So inside of my membership class, we kind of had to rebuild class. We kind of had to change it up a little bit. We created a brand new 3-year path that our members go through. So that was a really exciting thing that we've worked on all year and we're continuing to work on in 2023. And then this brand new offer of the Career Coach Certification Program, which is something that I've wanted to do for 5 years. Someone recently came to me and told me that they remember back in 2017, I told them that I wanted to have a certification program. And here I am 5 years later, finally doing it. And so it's such a relief when you have this dream, when you have this goal, and instead of just pushing it to the side every single year, you push it to the side. You're like, not this year. I'm not qualified for that. Imposter syndrome. Who am I to do that? That's too scary. That's too expensive. No one will listen to me, right? All those fears and doubts that you've listened to for 5 years. And then finally you're like, this is the year I'm going to do it. And I have to give a huge shout out because I did have a coach this year and she encouraged me to do this. She knew that it was inside of me, and I had so much information about how to become a career coach, and kind of the processes I use as a career coach. Because with my certification, our career coaches can use all of my systems and processes and tools, and they can use Love Your Career Formula with their clients and Corporate Rescue Plan and the Plan course and Female Leadership Academy. Like, everything I've created is now in the hands of other career coaches, which means it's getting out to more people. And so I have limited time now with the kids, right? Like, I don't have as much time to impact others. And so it's so exciting just to see my work more out into the world and to give these coaches all the content I've created, and so that they can go impact more people too. We have coaches all around the world, so it's really exciting to see the content just being shared and to get out there. And I feel like this really is my legacy. This really is the thing where I can now help so many more people with their careers, especially with everything that's going on in the world. So, super exciting part of my year. I also implemented 2-week sprints with my team. So I've never done this before, but it really helped us throughout this year because there was so much new stuff happening. There was new stuff happening inside of our membership that we created this year, and there was new stuff happening with the certification. So we really just kind of operated 2 weeks at a time. I was like, this is what needs to happen this week. And I gave it to my team. And it turned out to be amazing. It was an amazing part of the year just to have these 2-week sprints. We're always working on these objectives for 2 weeks. It's going to change in 2023. I'll tell you more about that. 2022, we had the best summer ever. I took lots of vacations. I took a lot of time off. I went from working like 50 hours a week to 20 hours a week for the summer. So I got to spend time with my kids. That was a huge goal for me. I wanted to just take this summer off. I didn't want to work so hard. I didn't want to launch anything. In the past, I've launched stuff during the summer, but you guys are off in the summer too. Like, no one wants to really focus on their career in the summer. It's just, no one does, including me. So this is the summer where I actually said, I'm going to take time off. My business isn't going to grow in the summer, and I'm okay with that. I'm just going to hang out with the kids. And so we had so much fun. We were outside a lot. And then in this fall, I actually took 3 weeks off and we went to Spain. And that was incredible. We went to Malaga. We went to Madrid. We met my parents there and my brother and my sister-in-law there. And we had a blast. And besides the whole adventure getting there, because we had a red eye with 3 kids, which was, I'm never doing that again. Note to self, but it was such an adventure. It was so much fun. Our kids are amazing travelers. And I didn't even bring my laptop, so I hardly worked while I was there. I was doing little stuff like checking with my clients on Slack and checking on Instagram here and there, sharing about our trip. If you want to see the pictures, if you go on my Instagram at Classy Career Girl and you go to the highlights tab called travel, you can just basically see our whole trip on there. So that was super fun. And I'm super excited because it was our most profitable year in our business ever. And I worked less, and I took a maternity leave, and I took care of myself and my family, and I prioritized myself and my family. And I also got inspiration back and my passion back. After 2021 was this year of pregnancy fog, and I had just come off homeschooling my daughter, first grade, after the whole pandemic. And so 2022 felt so good. I started also to transition into, I turned 40, which I think is was a big birthday. And it kind of made me start to really, I've had this in the past too, of not caring what other people think. But I think turning 40 also did that, right? I'm like, okay, this is a pivotal moment in my life. It's really time to really not care what other people think and really go hard on doing me and not feeling other people's pressure to do what I'm supposed to do. So I took more care of my body, coming off of pregnancy, did a lot of classes at the YMCA, just got really excited about feeling good again. which is really important when you come off a pregnancy, right? So I'm feeling good. I worked a lot on this mantra of let it be easy. That's what my coach worked with me on, because that is why I didn't want to launch my career coach certification program, because I thought it was going to be hard and difficult. And so what we worked on in the beginning of the year as I was coming back from maternity leave is how can I launch this career coach certification program easily? We did not do webinars. We did not do launch emails or a sales page or anything. I mean, I made it as simple as possible and I let it be easy. And that was a huge mindset shift for my year of how can this be easy? I don't have to do launches like everyone else, right? Like I'm all about the stress-free launch. I'm all about doing things differently. And working with a coach really helped me be able to do those things that I've always wanted to do. Personally, I know this is a big long list. It's kind of all over the place, but that's okay. You're going to get it all. Personally, at the beginning of 2022, I was coming off having the baby and, we felt like we needed to settle down and get a house and, just kind of settle down like you're supposed to do when you have 3 kids. One is 8. So I have an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and now a 1-year-old, almost 1-year-old. And I felt like, my husband and I felt like it's time. We got to settle down. We got to just, get them in school, the best schools, and settle down. And so in the beginning of the year, we were doing like house hunting and we were submitting offers for houses. And it was kind of the worst time to submit offers because we were dealing with like 20 other offers. And it was just craziness. And we got to about March, April time. And we were like, I don't know if this is for us. Like, we had looked at all these houses. We had this realtor and we were doing offers and like, we just got so frustrated and overwhelmed and we just let it go. We're like, now is not our time. Eventually we started realizing like, I don't know if Wisconsin is where we want to settle down and buy a house. And, we're not ready. We're location independent. We can travel anywhere. We can be anywhere. Do we want to be in winter? I don't know, right? We don't know. I can't tell you where we're going to settle down and end up. But we just started to realize that we didn't need to plop down, settle down, right? That doesn't have to be now. And that was a huge weight off our shoulders. Going back to like not caring what other people think, right? Like doing what's best for us and our family. And we like flexibility. And so that was a big thing. We didn't buy a house this year, which at the beginning of last year, that was a goal, right? We thought we were going to buy a house here. And we didn't. So that's okay. There's more coming in 2023. There's more excitement coming. But the big picture is the weight lifted from our shoulders, right? Of feeling like we had to, and now we're open to other possibilities and open to other things happening. There was a lot of like winging it in the business too, in 2022, coming off of pregnancy. And there's so much change with social media as well, and Facebook ads, and all this stuff was changing. And so 2022 was really about testing. It was about being consistent. It was about figuring out what's going to work now, because change always happens. And there's a lot of business owners who have quit their businesses or are getting really frustrated with social media and the algorithm and engagement and all the things that are happening and the increased cost of ads. And for me, that's always a time where I just like to like dive in and test and like figure it out. So an example would be Instagram. Like I as well was frustrated at the beginning of the year with Instagram because it completely changed. The engagement, the algorithm. I taught a course a year ago about Instagram and now it's like out of date. And I'm like, gosh, why are they always changing? I'm so frustrated. And it was about August timeframe where I was like, I'm going to figure this out. And so I committed every single day to post twice a day, to test out reels, to test out different types of posts. And I'll do a podcast all about what I figured out. But I can say I got it. I can say I figured it out because every single day I posted twice a day. And I'm consistent and I'm figuring out what works and what doesn't. And so that was a lot of 2022. It's like winging it, testing, consistency, figuring it out. This year I didn't get much sleep. I had a newborn. So this was the year it was all about kind of taking it easy. Like I said, it was one of our most profitable years. It was not our highest revenue year in our business, which was totally fine. I didn't push myself. I'm recording this in December right now, and we're not really launching anything this month. I could be pushing it harder to have a higher revenue this year, but I'm not because I'm prioritizing myself. And I think that's a different Anna. This is not normal Anna, right? Normal Anna would be like, go, 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 push, got to hit the goals. But Anna now is doing what's best for myself and what's best for my family and giving myself that time to prepare for an incredible 2023 because I know it's coming. Also, this was a big transition in my life because when I turned 40 and had the third kid, I am no longer, I guess, I don't know how to say this, but I'm no longer trying for kids, trying to make babies. And, it's been 12 years of trying to make babies and 12 years of either like pregnancy or going through multiple miscarriages. I've done IVF, I've done embryo transfers. I mean, the last 12 years I've done acupuncture. I mean, all these things to figure out my body and to figure out how to get pregnant and figure out how to keep a pregnancy. And like my brain was so focused on getting pregnant and keeping like staying healthy. Even when I did get pregnant, there was always the worry I was going to miscarry, and I always had to be on extra progesterone and get extra doctor visits, and there was so much stress. And also the last pregnancy also had a lot of, at the end, I had a breech baby and like we had to do things, all these things, whole different podcast episode for that. Not super simple pregnancy. So I feel so good because I am out of that stage of my life. And it's almost like there's clarity now where I can like focus on other things and focus on my kids and just focus on myself rather than trying to figure out my body and my health and like how I can, have a healthier body to get pregnant. I mean, it's been insane. And if you're going through that, I feel ya. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this clarity that I have now. This year's also been a big savings year for us. We over in 2021, we moved from San Diego to La Crosse, Wisconsin, which has a much lower cost of living, which has allowed us to save more, which is super exciting and is a big reason we moved as well, because we're location independent. We're living in the most expensive city in the world, and all our money is going to our housing expense. And so we wanted to make this drastic decision and change to build up that savings. And now we have that savings, and it feels really, really good to have that savings and to prioritize that without debt as well. So let's move into 2023 then. So that was 2022. Let's move to 2023. Like I said, that my annual plan is done. I am recording this on December 12th of 2022. We've completed the annual plan. My annual plan includes nothing new this year, which is super exciting because last year was all about winging it and new offers and new changes. This year, we are going to focus exclusively on just two offers, which is my class membership and my career coach certification program. Both incredible programs that I am just excited to focus on and help people with. So I have everything outlined that needs to happen for the entire year, everything on my team, who needs to do what. And this week, we are putting the entire plan into Asana this week. And that way we're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to let Asana run, let the team run with all their tasks and the whole plan just in Asana. I've never done this before. I've used Asana in the past, but it's almost gotten overwhelming to me because of all the to-do lists and checklists and deadlines, and the team got overwhelmed with Asana as well. So we kind of like took a year off Asana, and used Google Docs, used checklists, created new systems. We had a lot of new stuff happening. And so I'm excited to now start fresh in Asana for the new year and let the team run with their thing. So I'm no longer going to do like the 2 weeks at a time, the 2-week sprints. I'm going to give everyone their like 1-year sprint, basically, like do your thing for the year. I'm hands off. I'm going to go focus on my zone of genius, which I'm super excited about. So there are going to be some changes coming this year. I'll share more about that in future episodes when they're finalized and we actually figure that out ourselves. But we're looking forward to more travel, more adventure. Like Spain was just the thing that we needed for us to realize, like, we love traveling. Our kids love traveling. We love to learn. Our kids love to learn. We're all learning Spanish. We have Duolingo. We do it every single day as a family. And so you can definitely expect more travel, more adventure. One thing I'm doing is I'm letting go of private coaching. And so this last year, I've had some one-on-ones, I've had some private clients. And for me, it's been a really good realization that with where I am in my life, I really enjoy groups. I enjoy teaching more to groups of people. And so I also know that there's so much more impact that can be done in the group setting. So that's why, really focusing on my membership, really focusing on the career coach certification, which does have one-on-one aspects in the certification program. Like we do have like accountability one-on-one calls with me. We have some bonus calls with me. We have like a graduation interview with me. There's definitely, there's a business launch session that's one-on-one with me. So there are individual components in my certification program. There's also inside of the class membership, there's coaching in there as well with our certified coaches. So I do think that's important, having that coaching inside of my offers, but I'm not going to have any private clients this year. So the only way to work with me is through those 2 programs, either my class membership or my career coach certification program. My launch calendar is really exciting. So I went through and I outlined the whole year. I've never actually really done that. I've tried to do this, but this year I'm so confident in my launch calendar. And so what we have is we have a wait list for our career coach certification. We're going to be doing some pre-enrollment for career coach certification in January. And then in March, we're going to have the main opening and then start again in April for our next enrollment for our cohort. Because we kind of go through as cohorts. A group goes through certification together. So I'm excited for that. So I'm going to launch my career coach certification two launches a year, 2 times a year is the plan. And then for my class membership, we're going to transition. For those of you guys who've done Tribe or the membership experience with Stu McLaren, I did that back in 2016 and have taken it for a few years. I'm going to transition and try something new this year. I'm going to transition to an open membership model. And that means that every month there will be special bonuses that you can get when you join. So I'm excited to kind of automate this, to systematize the marketing for class this year, because now that I have career coach certification, that's what I needed. I can't focus 100% on launching class. I need something that is going to open and close kind of like a bonus on a monthly basis. So that's what we're going to do for class and we're going to continue to build out the 3-year plan to create the life that you really want inside of our class membership. And a lot of our career coaches come from class, because what our career coaches can do is they can actually help their clients with the tools and the training and the resources that are inside of class. Like class has Love Your Career Formula. So we have career coaches who are getting certified who can then use Love Your Career Formula with their clients. And same with Corporate Rescue Plan. We have business coaches coming out of my career coach certification program who can then use Corporate Rescue Plan with their clients. And so they don't have to build any of that material themselves. So that's why class really is the best place for, most of our audience to go into. And then from there, that's get certified. And then you can use that with your clients as well to grow your business. So those are my two offers. That's my marketing plan. That's my launch calendar. I'm excited to test out. I'm excited about our special bonuses that we're going to have every single month inside of class. And if you're already a class member, you'll get the bonuses. Or if you're already a career coach in our certification program, you'll get those bonuses. But if you are not a member yet, make sure you go to classycareergirl.com/join, and you can add your name to the waitlist, and we will be letting you know about the bonuses when they release. Now, also a couple personal things. I want to go for a walk every day. I want to get outside every day. I have been doing that lately, and it has been so nice to get outside. I'm also really confident that I'm going to reach my goals this year. I have a really good strategy. I have a really good plan. And that's come from a lot of winging it, a lot of just staying consistent, a lot of testing, a lot of action. So if you're kind of in a year where you're just kind of like feel like you're winging it and trying to figure it out, just know that next year you're going to be able to have the systems and the processes and the templates and the tools because you stayed consistent. So just know, like, this was not my year last year. I had no idea what my strategy was going to be last year. But now, because I've tested, I know what works and what doesn't. Now I'm going to move into the next year with way more confidence. And I know my impact to help others change their lives. I know that there's so much going on with the trends of the job markets right now and with careers and entrepreneurship. There's so many people that are struggling with their career. I can't help them all. So that's really my focus too, is helping other career coaches get certified so that they can help all the people that need it with their careers. I'm also going to just be working 3 days a week and 2 days off. So that was part of my calendar planning that I did this last week. Is I went through January to December and I blocked off Wednesdays and Fridays are completely open. I have no meetings, I have no calls. And those are going to be the days where either I write my book or I create content, or I just take the days off, or it's probably going to be doctor's appointments or dentists or whatever happens. Maybe it's a nap. I don't know. But those are going to be days off. And then I'm also not going to work weekends. So sometimes this year, because there's been so much winging it and change and new things I'm launching, I've had to work weekends. And so I really want to make that commitment in 2023 not to work weekends. I also want to take another summer off, go down to at least those 20 hours a week and also take November and December off. So now I say off, I don't mean completely off. I just mean I'm not going to do any big launches. I'm not going to do, a ton of sales conversations. I'm not going to be doing a ton of podcast interviews or working a lot in the summer or November and December. And I think that's really important to kind of have that calendar and make it how I want, because this year we went to Spain in November and that was just really nice to just have Thanksgiving there and just have that time, and not to feel like at the end of the year I have to launch and I have to, go hard. I just want to enjoy the holidays with my family, and while my kids are off school as well. I'm also working this year on some awards for my career coaches. I'm leaving room to travel more. So I went and blocked out my vacation time in the 2023 calendar. I don't know where I'm going yet. And in the past, I had to have a place to go before I would block the time out. And this year, I'm blocking the time out and I'll figure out where I'm going to go. We're going to do a lot more hiring this year. I'm going to write the book. I'm determined to work more in my zone of genius. I'm also determined to plan my launches in advance. No more stress, no more hustle. I want everything done in advance. I want the podcast done in advance. No more winging the podcast, either delivering really great episodes for you guys. My marketing, I'm going to do a whole episode on my marketing plan. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. But I have a lot of checklists that I'm using this app called Structured. And that's where I have all my checklists for my systems and my processes for my personal life. So I have a really good morning routine. I'm super excited about my morning routine right now. Like, it just sets me up to have a good day. I need to work on my nighttime routine though. So that's one thing for 2023. I've done really well. When I wake up, I'm not too good about the going to bed part or the checklist, the things I can do to set myself up for a good morning. And I just want to get my health back. I always give myself a year after having a baby to be kind to myself, and I'm still nursing right now too. My daughter is going to turn 1 next week. And so this next year, I want to get me back. I want to make sure I put my health a priority, self-care priority, get back to my daily workouts, just feel stronger, most importantly for myself. And that's 2023. So my kids just came home, so you might hear them in the background, but I want to quickly give you, before they come running in, my top 10 tips for you for 2023. So I've done planning year after year. My planning process keeps getting better and better. So these are the 10 things I've kind of learned and I want to share with you about my planning process. So the first one, your year is what you want. I want you to be the boss of your year. I want you to control your calendar. There's nothing on it right now. And so this was really eye-opening for me is like I can take Wednesdays and Fridays off because no one has booked anything on my calendar yet. It's up to you to be the boss of your year. Number 2, do what worked last year, but better. So what worked? Don't keep starting something new over and over again every single year. We want to take what we learned from last year and just make it better. Number 3, don't live your life for others. Instead of making your parents proud, make your kids proud. I saw that on Instagram a few months ago, and it was like very eye-opening for me. We don't want to live up to expectations of others and always try to impress others. Impress yourself. Do it for you. Number 4, what systems can you document or create to keep things simple and easy for you this year? So one example I have is my morning routine. I mentioned the Structured app that I use, and I check the box. Every single morning, I have it all outlined what my morning routine is. That's what you want to do. You want to not think about things. I don't have to think about my morning routine. I just check the boxes. Number 5, don't give up if you have had a hard year this year. Just start fresh, try new things, test and tweak. You can't fail at your dream unless you give up. So do not give up. Number 6, your dreams are possible. So I'm living the life right now that I always prayed for, that I always dreamed of. My vision board is happening in real life, and yours can too. Number 7, you don't have to live a boring life. Do unexpected things, shock people, don't fit in the box. There's more to life than your cubicle. Number 8, don't let yourself tell yourself that you can't. So as I was having the third child, there was a lot of negative mindset that I had to juggle and manage and get rid of. I said a lot like, oh my gosh, I'm having a third kid. I can't do this. Can I do this anymore? Can I run my business? I was telling myself that I can't do it. So don't do that. We got to be positive. I start every single day with my affirmations, repeating positive affirmations over and over myself, looking at that vision board, telling myself I can do these things. So important. Number 9, put the blinders on. I don't care what other people are doing. Just do you, be you. And number 10, if you don't believe in yourself, your customers won't believe in you either. This is a big thing I've been working on with my career coaches. Mindset was huge for me this year. I feel like a completely different person. I really am a completely different person than I was last year at this time. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to work on your mindset is one of the most important things you can do. When I'm teaching my career coaches and we're doing the practice coaching sessions and shadow sessions, that's the number one thing that we see in our clients is they're struggling with mindset. And you think it's like, oh, I need help with my 90-day plan, or I need help with my business plan, or I need help with my resume. But really, it's mindset. And so that's one of the biggest things we do as career coaches is help our clients with their mindset. And this is one of the big things is believing in yourself. If you want, especially if you want to grow your business, if you want someone to hire you at a company, at your dream job, you have to believe in yourself first. It's super important. So those are my 10 tips for you. That is my 2022 recap. That is my 2023 annual plan. carve out some time. Remember, you can do it in 15 minutes here and there. Make your plan for the year. It's never too late to make your plan for the year. Go to classycareergirl.com/free plan. Grab my 90-day planner. Inside of that is a vision journal template. Inside of that is our annual plan, our 90-day plan. And you can actually use that every single week to help you accomplish your goals. So I will see you next time. I'm also going to be doing a podcast episode on my 2023 social media strategy. So stay tuned for that one. If you want to find a job or business you love that supports the life you really want, you are invited to my membership class, the Love Your Work and Life System. Inside of class, you are going to get support and coaching so you can make money doing what you love. Whether you're job searching or growing your own business, I'll guide you through a success path full of step-by-step guides and tools to help you implement and make progress to take you from work you have to do to work you love to do. It's time to have a career or business you love that supports the life you really want. Go to www.classycareergirl.com/start to get started.